We're here today in San Diego in Balboa Park at the San Diego Air and Space Museum. We know they actually have a temporary Ripley's Believe It or Not museum here, so we're super excited about that. Added bonus, pay to come in for the day, see some cool airplanes, and we're gonna get some Ripley's also. So come with us, thrills, chills, and good meals. As soon as you enter into the main entrance of the Air and Space Museum, you come to the right past the ticket booth, and this is where they have the temporary Ripley's Believe It or Not area. So we're gonna go in there, check it out. Thought we'd just be seeing airplanes and stuff today, so this is a great surprise. And I have no idea what this is, but it looks like it's a robot doing a handstand for some reason. It says the Acrobat. So it's inspired by acrobats of the 1700s kinetic artist. Oh, whoa. He just came down quick on me. All right, he's going up. That is pretty crazy and cool. Did not expect to see a robot doing gymnastics today, but here it is in front of us, right next to some Egyptian art. Ripley's Believe It or Not, we're gonna check you out and enjoy you. We love the one down at Hollywood, so this is a great addition here in San Diego. Right next to our acrobatic clown, they have some Cleopatra statues from 1963 from the movie with Elizabeth Taylor. So these are actually screen used in the movie from Cleopatra. And right next to that, we have some artwork, and it says this is made with dryer lint. So this whole big, I'm gonna call it mosaic, that is very awesome. I believe that's Picasso, and that is all out of dryer lint, it says. I'm kind of scared to have with some lights back there, they're gonna catch on fire. Hopefully it has some LEDs, but now we're gonna head in to the actual exhibit and see what's inside Ripley's Believe It or Not. And just like when you enter any of the Ripley exhibits we've ever been to, you got to enter into Robert Wadlow. So this is Robert right here. You'll see him, very, very famous guy for Ripley's Believe It or Not. At 13 years old, he was already 6 feet tall. That is crazy. Unfortunately, Robert passed away in 1940 at the age of 22. At the time of his death, he was 8 feet 11 inches tall. Now it looks like they do normally stand up, but he's not activating for us today. But you still get to admire him here in his giant chair. And a gentleman just triggered him for us. So here he goes. He's standing up now. You can see Robert Wadlow. Giant shoes. What a tall man. Here's one of Robert Wadlow's actual shoes that he wore. It says he has a 37 AA shoe. An average size of birth at 20 inches long and weighing 8 pounds when he was born. That is one gigantic shoe. Here are some items from Wizard of Oz. So this is a brick actually used in the Yellow Brick Road for the 1939 hit film. And right here is a signed tin funnel by Jack Haley, who famously played the Tin Man. So a little bit of everything so far. And here is a rose petal art of Julie Garden. So that whole picture says it's made out of rose petals. They laid them out and then painted them and even put her name on the one petal right here. That is a really, really cool piece of art. It says it took over 200 rose petals to create that. That is such an amazing piece right there. We really, really enjoy that. Here we have a whole box of mystery stuff right here. Looks like we have a shock machine that you wind it up and it'll apply electrical shock. And right here, that famous carnival gaff, the Fiji Mermaid. That is an awesome one. I love how it's a small size. I've seen some that are really big, but that is beautiful. So that is made with half fish, half monkey. And you can see the claws on that monkey. I think it's one of the best Fiji Mermaids I've ever seen personally, and I've seen quite a few in our travels. And right down here, I have a genuine shrunken head. So that actually was a living person at one time, and they shrunk it down, and that is what is left as the memento they took with them. And then we have a couple other items on the other side, so let's head over there and check out what else we have waiting for us. So we're really enjoying here because instead of being the huge sets we would normally see at a full-size Ripley's, they kind of brought smaller pieces. So this is great. This is stuff we love to have for our house. This is a vampire, not really saying a killing kit, but saying more of a protection kit. So just in case, you still have a pistol in there, but I love that cross. There's like a tile on top of it. And the cool piece right next to that, this is a cannibal fork. So it says this fork here was actually used to feed human flesh to the chief of the tribe. So that right there is a cannibal fork. It's almost like a squid to me the way it's shaped. I don't know if it's on purpose, but that is a beautiful piece of hardware. And knowing how it's been used just make it even more exciting, more macabre. And this is an amazing sculpture of famous sideshow performer Johnny Eck. So he was actually born in 1910 with only half a body. So his body stopped at his torso and he was able to live a pretty normal life. He learned how to adapt and could walk on his hands, do all that kinds of stuff. And he even became a composer and a band leader, it says. So he did a lot of things and seems like he just made the best out of everything he could in his entire life. So this is very fitting since we're in the Air and Space Museum. I have a couple airplanes over here, but it's not what you think it is. Come to the other side, you can actually see these are coffins. So these are made and you can be buried in these. And I like the top over here. It even like opens up so you can lay in there with the two doors that open on top, where this one opens from the side. But it shows that you can do whatever you want, even in death. So here you can be buried in an airplane. I know at other Ripley's we've seen, they've made like Nike shoes, seen a banana one time, all kinds of very peculiar coffins. Here's a clutch of 4 actual dinosaur eggs. These were discovered in 1859. They were mistaken for large bird eggs at the time, but they have made sure now these are from a dinosaur. It says they are actually from a titanosaur. Never even heard of that one. Our next exhibit is a mummified hadrosaurid dinosaur vertebrae and tail section. This thing is so long, and again, this is just the tail of this dinosaur. It says this is over 20 feet, 8 inches long, just for the tail, going all the way to the tip. I couldn't imagine what the rest of the dinosaur looked like. That is gigantic. And it says right here, in 1985, astronaut Lauren Acton actually took dinosaur bones into space. So that's the only time a dinosaur has ever been off of Earth, as far as we know, unless they're taken by someone else besides us. And from dinosaurs to outer space, this giant mural right here is over 30 feet long, and it is Millennium Falcon from Star Wars crashing into Stonehenge, it looks like. And it says this is all made out of colorful duct tape. The things that people can do just blow my mind. I can barely even draw a straight line. This exhibit is called The Last Supper. So they were found in a grain bin at an old farm. The pair of skeletal remains show the final game of cat and mouse. So this mouse bit the rat and then probably got trapped in the grain and died with its own mouth. Never even got to devour it. So this interesting little area right here is transitioning into the Air and Space Museum, and it says lift the lid to experience the smell of space. Go ahead and smell it, babe. Let us know what you think space smells like.
Oh God. I don't know.
It smells like barbecue to me.
Kinda, but it's not pleasant.
So how they determine that, I have no idea. But you come over here, lift the lid, and take a little whiff. Like I said, to me, it smells like a barbecue pit. So I don't know.
It smells like fuel.
I didn't get. See, I got wood, but I guess for some reason that's what space smells like. This small contraption right here was for a little chimpanzee called Ham the Space Chimp. In 1961, on January 31st, they actually loaded a chimpanzee up in here and shot him into space. That is crazy. I don't know if he was okay with it, but that's him in a little space outfit right there with his little helmet. All right, little chimp, at least he made it back alive. I guess that's all that matters. So we've exited the Ripley's Believe It or Not exhibit. That was an amazing little bonus. Highly recommend coming to see that. And then you come right into the Air and Space area. So thank you for coming with us. Thrills, chills, and good meals. Had a great time, and definitely come here to Balboa Park. Check out all the museums. Good night, and we'll see you again soon.